Farm Guy here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to fast farm on console using only 4 mods on Farming Simulator 22. Yes, I'm going to show you there how I fast farm and what 4 mods I use for the majority of my fast farming ways to fast farm, really. So there are a number of different ways, but this is just how I do it, and it keeps it simple with 4 mods. Now, what 4 mods are they? Well, we have a couple of weights and a trailer attacher, or a drawbar as we like to call it. Also, I use a tool height control for harvesters. If we look at our mods and DLCs, we'll take a quick look here. Tool height control for harvesters. Now I have an entire video on this mod. Basically what it does is it takes all the base game headers, harvester headers, corn headers, forage harvester headers, all the base game. These are all the base game forage harvester headers and so on, and basically converts them into be able to be used, and they will go as fast as whatever you put them on. So if your harvester goes 19 miles per hour, you can harvest at 19 miles per hour. Now, I will put links to all these mods in the description. So let's get to the other part of it where you can fast farm now. This is new for 2024. A few things have changed, a few new things. There's been a few DLCs and some questions about whether you can fast farm with the new root crop machinery, but this will work with virtually everything this will work with everything I show you, but there are some things that this won't work for, and there's some things that will. So we'll go through that as we go through here. But what weights and drawbars do we have here? Let's start with the lizard trailer attacher support. Now this is great for fast farming with hitched implements, or implements that you run a pin hitch or a ball hitch. And as you can see here, you would go with this one. This one, yeah, I never use that one. I go with this one, the one with the ball hitch on it. It works for anything ball or pin hitch, and it's quite simple. Why I like it so much as opposed to other drawbars is you can lift it up and pick it up, and it doesn't crash your game. Like I had an instance with another one that looks very similar to this, and it was crashing my game. So that's the one I use. I'll put a link to that, and we'll demonstrate here. What I have it hooked on is actually the base game stone picker. Now this will, as I said, this will work. Well, we'll go through a list, basically a basic quick list of things this will work with and things this will not work with. And stone pickers, definitely it works with stone pickers. Now, how does it work? Let's detach the stone picker and detach the attacher support. So the attacher support goes on a 3-point link. If you do not have a 3-point link on your tractor, this will not hook up to it. So there are other ways, but most tractors have a 3-point link. So that's what you do. You attach it to the back of the tractor first, like so. Now what's nice about this is, let's get our help window on. With L1 and right stick, you can adjust the height of that, and that is very important. And it will allow you to adjust the weight. And that's not the tractor. This is the weight, or I guess it's the drawbar, which is under weights. Let's go find it. Actually, it's tools and miscellaneous. Once you download it, there it is, trailer attacher support. That's where you find it, under miscellaneous. So this will work on any tractor with a 3-point, and you will be able to adjust the height. The importance of that is because I will show you here. Once you hook up the implement, you need to be able to adjust the height of the implement so that when you drop the implement, it's actually touching the ground, and you can adjust Now, this particular piece of equipment is usually limited to 9 miles per hour. And once you attach the drawbar and you adjust it properly where it's going to, so you can test that. You can drive along here and say, is it picking up? Do I need to lower it a little bit? Do I need to raise it up a little bit? You can adjust the height, and away you go. And as we go here, you can see that I am going much faster than 9 miles per hour. So yes, the trailer attacher or the drawbar, if you find another drawbar, some of them will work like this too. So this is not the only drawbar that works like this, but this is the drawbar that I use to fast farm, and it works very well for me. So what will this work on and what will it not work on? Let's turn that off. So obviously stone pickers. So all stone pickers will fast farm with this technique or the other one I show you. Let's take a look at our tools here. What will this drawbar work with? Well, it won't work with harvesters, so potato or beet technology harvesters, no. We'll talk about seeders and planters. Sugarcane planters, that's the other mod. Let's go over to, so plows. If you have a plow that hooks up to, I don't have one right now, but if you have a plow that hooks up to a pin hitch or a ball hitch, plows will work. Cultivators, disc harrows, yes, yes. Power harrows, yes. Subsoilers, yes. Spaders, seeders, planters, yes, yes, yes. Rollers, no. A roller will not fast farm using any technique that I have found so far. Mulchers, yes, mulchers will too. So mulchers, yes, that is a yes. Sprayers, fertilizer spreaders, manure spreaders, and slurry spreaders will not work with fast farming by any technique on console. Weeders, yes, weeders will work. Mowers, grassland care, no. Mowers, no. Tedders, yes. Windrowers, yes. Forage wagons, no. Balers, no. Bale wrappers, and those are not. And I think that's it for this list here. So basically no baler, no forage wagon, no mower, roller or grass rollers, but mulchers do. So that's the weird thing about rollers. Rollers won't, but a mulcher will. So that's the drawbar. Let's go back over here. Now, if you have a 3-point link type piece of equipment, and there's lots of those. For example, this is the new Kverneland, the planter for the new carrots, beets, red beets, and parsnips. We'll show that to you in a moment. But what am I talking about? 3-point link type attachments or equipment, seeders, anything like this that has the 3-point link to attach to your equipment. In the past, it had been a little bit tricky to, or impossible to make these go fast. Well, now we have a way. Weeders, again, weeders also, most of them, as you can see here, have this 3-point link type attachment. And again, the same applies. Slurry tanks, manure spreaders, sprayers, and such will not work. Whatever works with the drawbar, you can fast farm with these. It's just the attach point that changes. Now, what are these? This is a weight. We have 2 weights that I use. Now, there are some other weights that could possibly work this way, but the reason I will tell you why I use these 2, that's the Choema WeightPack and the WeightPack 650-900 mod. Those are the 2 mods, weight mods, that I use. Again, I will put the links to these in the description. Now, I use this one. This is the one I have on the in front of us right now. Why do I use this one? Well, I use it in this configuration. You can use it as a weight. It works quite well. It's quite versatile. It's a nice pack. But the reason why I use this is because you can put a 3-point link on it. 3-point link. Either the packer or the 3-point link will work. That is very important when picking this weight to use in this manner. So we'll buy one. And the other piece of equipment that's important is this one. Now, the reason I use this one is just because I do, and that's what I do. But the significance of this one is, let's make it a different color. That's not the significance. The significance is the attacher. You can put a 3-point link on here too, and that again is very important for this to work. Now, why is that important for this to work? Well, because once you all hook it all up, you'll be able to fast farm with it. And I will show you how to hook them all out. Let's turn this around and detach this for the moment, and I will show you. And you must hook them up in this order. You must hook up the choema weight first, like thus. And the reason I use this one again is because L1 and right stick, you can adjust the height of the weight manually with L1 and the right stick. Not all of them do that or can do that. So if you have a weight that has a 3-point link on the back and you can adjust the weight up and down like so, then that weight also should work for doing this. Now we hook up the second weight. This is very important. You have to hook up a second weight for this to work. It's just the way it is. So now we have 2 weights on there with 3-point link, but I could still raise and lower it. Now this is very important, again, for this whole system to work. Now, let's take a look at something else. Let's take a look at another 3-point link type implement other than a seeder or planter. Let's take a look at subsoilers, for instance, and we have one here. Now this thing is limited to 7 miles per hour. This is the base game one. Let's just buy that. So say I want to fast farm with that subsoiler. It has a 3-point link, so I must use this configuration with these weights to do that. There we go. So we hook it up. See how it hooks up? So now we have 3 implements. If we take a look at our top left corner, we can now highlight the tractor, the choema weight, the 650 weight, and then the subsoiler. So if you want to transport, now look, it's kind of going to drag on the ground because it's a little bit flexible. See, we're raising and lowering, but this is still very important and it still does work. So let's go off into the field and show you how this all works. So if we just lower this down like this, it's not going to work. We have to highlight the implement itself and then lower it. So now that it's lowered, it still doesn't work. Why is that? Well, it's too high off the ground. Now we have to lower it. And there we go. Now you can see. So not too low because you're dragging the weight on the ground. And this is kind of really hard to pull, but I am, as you can see, pulling it faster than 7 miles per hour. This tractor is a little bit not powerful enough to go much faster than that, but as you can see, it works. Now we can lift that implement. It's still in the ground, but it's not working. So L1 and square, no, L1 and circle, sorry. There we go. Right, so, and this basic principle will work for any of the items I said that will work for fast farming with the 3-point link. Now let's go back over. Oh, hold on. Let's go back to the store area. All right, so here we're back in the field and we have one of the planters from the premium expansion DLC. Now, this is just an example to show you that yes, it will work for new mods as well, or new items. And I'll just show you what that is. It's limited to 6 miles per hour. That's the vegetable technology. Here it is, 6 miles per hour working speed. but notice it has a 3-point link on it. So some of my viewers have been asking, well, how do I plant carrots faster? Is there a mod? And yes, so notice we have it hooked up the same way as we did with the subsoiler. And again, you can go to the back, make sure that rear one is highlighted, and you can still adjust the height of the planter there, but you want to be able to lower that and then turn it on, right? And then now you can make sure that it's in the ground. So make sure it's low enough that it's in the ground, and as we drive forward, voila! Planting carrots at as fast as your little tractor can pull it. And guess what? Even better, I have just hired a worker, and the worker will also do it for you. Now there is one little problem sometimes with this, and as you could see, it was kind of bouncing a little bit as you're going fast. So that can be a bit of an issue depending on how rough your ground is and how fast you're going. There's not a lot of let's say leeway or suspension for that setup, so it could be a little bit, but let's take a look and watch it a little bit to show you. So of course, depending on the tractor and as I said, how bumpy the ground might be, but there you go, and away you go. Right, and that pretty much wraps it up. Again, the tool height control for harvester, that's the fourth way to fast form. I'll briefly show that at the end if you're still interested in looking at that. Many of you are already aware of that mod, so just give me a moment. All right, here we'll just briefly go through this. This is the header, and it by all outward appearances it looks like a base game New Holland header. This is a base game harvester. Everyone has that. And so what is this? So the harvester I'm using is this one, the New Holland one, base game. All good there. We go down to tools and headers, for example, and here are all the base game headers. And then we come into here. All these are same as the base game headers, except it's the tool height control for headers. You know that because that's what it says right underneath the price there. And the one I picked was this, the Verifeed 28 foot. That's the one I have in front of us here. It's looks exactly like, and it is basically just a modded version identical to the base game one, except for, well, you can go fast with it. So let's hook it up here. It seems a bit nervous. Now what makes this different than the base game headers is L1 and right stick. No, there we go. R1 and right stick. Sorry, R1 and right stick. You can manually adjust the height to whatever height you want using your right stick. Now you can still lift and lower the header by L1 and circle. I'm on PS5, by the way, and this is the Georgia Farms map. Forgot to mention that at the beginning. So on console, as I said, on console, R1 and right stick. So now we can just adjust it now. Why is this significant? Well, let's turn this on. Now typically you would have to have the header lowered in order to harvest, and you would be limited to 6 miles an hour, correct? And you can certainly have it lowered and harvest, but you can go significantly faster than 6 miles per hour, as you can see here. Now what's neat about this is R1, and we can lift this right up into the air, and you can see how how this is working now. The game thinks that the header is always in the lifted position, and when it is in the lifted position you can go as fast as you want, but it's still harvesting. Now that I know that looks weird, but you can also hire a worker and he will do it for you at the max speed of the harvester. So there are some modded harvesters that do go fast and fast farm, but this mod will work for any harvester, literally any modded or base game harvester, and that's why I like it so much. Now it is only limited to the base game headers, so if you have a modded header, it's not going to work on that because it's not included in there, at least on console. I know on PC there are many other ways to fast farm, but this is for our console players. It will work on PC as well, so if you want to cross play with your friends, PC guys want to cross play with some of your console friends and still want to fast farm, this method will work in multiplayer as far as I know. But there you go, that is how I fast farm on console on Farming Simulator 22 in 2024. Thank you all for watching, and remember, it's only a game, so till the next one, bye for now.